vibrant.
That sounds expansive.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, letting go this morning. Is looking at justification, like justified. I'm justified. There's been an in service, an injustice done. And so I'm going to hold a resentment. I'm going to hold an edge. I'm going to prove something because, oh, you've done something to me.
Mm. Mm.
And it falls like just noticing in the little subtle ways that the justification can settle in. Just settling in, no, you're right, it's right, you're right, it's okay, it's this, it's that, whatever stories show up.
Mm. Afternoon, Ian.
Hi. Afternoon, morning.
I
Hi.
Hi, Ian.
Hi.
So we just started working with the words letting go and being proud. And I asked Jessie and Ali what their words felt like, what that state of being of letting go feels like, and that state of being proud feels like. And I asked it, I think, because my word was grace. And I, 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 I think I woke up with it, but it came to me quite quickly. Um, and so with letting go and being proud, it, the reason that I asked was because of how impactful the word grace is for me at times. And so this morning I was just thinking about how much I appreciate the existence of grace. And, it's different for every person, right?
Yeah.
And as I felt that appreciation, I just felt this huge expansiveness um, and inclusion, I think, and presence. Just being with what there is. And sometimes what there is ain't so nice. It's really difficult and painful, as we all know. But if we can come at those very painful experiences with expansion, then we create, as Heinz always says, many possibilities.
My word is awareness
Mm.
and integration. Something's come to light for me,
Mm.
and I don't mind sharing on here. Quite hard to say, but I realized about me being a victim, my victim role, unconsciously in the background, it's been playing that if I'm a victim, I receive love. Because as a child, if my dad was mean to me, my mum would give me love because I was his victim. Say I got bullied in school, my brother would defend me, and then I would feel like I would feel love. And every time I played victim, I would receive love.
Mm.
So in adulthood, it's like I played this victim role, including victim of my body, because if I'm a victim, I'll get love via sympathy. So it's like this pattern of being a victim to get love. Um,
Mm.
yeah, oof, really hard to see, but yeah.
Mm. But it's an amazing one to see, and I think it untangles so much.
Be proud of yourself for the awareness of that.
Mhm.
You came up right at the right time on this call, didn't you? That's so meant. Go, Ian.
Mhm.
It's like what come up if I'm my true authentic self, I don't receive love, but if I'm a victim, I receive love. So it's
Mm.
like just this victim role. And that's partly why I created health issues because I'm a victim on my body and I get sympathy for it.
And now you can change that now, Ian. You can make different choices.
Mm.
And that's the beauty of watching you grow.
I understand the meaning of shadow work now because, yeah, I've been seeing a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, that was just a misorientation to our power, to our strength.
Mm.
And we're just trying to live it out in the misappropriate way. It's crazy as our pattern or our automatic to view the world really doesn't change until we let go of it.
Mm-hmm. We let it fall apart.
Yeah. All the structures around it, all the structures holding it up. That takes seeing it, observing it for what it is.
Mm.
And grace to see what it could be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I've seen it. There's gone. There's no more victim anymore. It's just gone. I decided to let it go.
That's amazing. What comes to me with you saying that, and I was thinking this as you said it, was rather than being loved, you now are love.
Just holding compassion for myself, like, because as a child, if I wasn't a victim, I would go unseen and I wouldn't receive love. Like being on a bike and falling off. And I remember being on a bike riding down a hill and I fell off and like I cut on my legs or my face. And because I was a victim, I got love.
Mm.
But if I was just no, if I wasn't a victim and I was just myself, I just got ignored. So it became about being a victim to get love. If I'm the victim, I get a hug. If I'm a victim, I get,
That subtle difference between getting and giving.
Mm.
Meaning that's that orientation. The world gives it to me, or I get it from the world, rather than like I give through me from the inside. Like I give it to myself. I don't get it from anyone else.
Mm. But that getting it from ourselves, is that not our state of being, Jess?
Mhm. Yeah, but I think it's like both are our state of being.
Getting and giving.
Yeah. And whichever one we get hooked in, like we all like it's like we get hooked in it, like we hook like somebody's
Mm.
getting me or something's they're giving it to me, you know, and like it gets us hooked.
Mm.
And then letting it
I
go
always
and
think about,
grace and
sorry,
it's just that, you know, where we're giving our power away.
yes, yes. And when we don't give our power away, what's interesting is we empower others. That's when I think my thinking was going. And I was kind of skipping the obvious of the cycle of the positive and the negative. And the being does contain the cycle. But it's a very different giving that happens then. Does that make sense?
My word for the day will be intention. Sounds a lot about where you put your intention.
Yes, that's a good way of saying it. Because both, what comes to me now also is that both getting and giving can land up in a problem-solving structure, whereas being is a creative structure because it's impermanent. It's always changing. It's always creating. Hi, Mona. I'm glad you're back.
Hi, Mona.
Good morning. It's nice to see all of you.
It's wonderful to see you too.
Thank you.
So our words have been grace, letting go, being proud, awareness and integration. Heinz, what do you want as your word today?
Intention.
Intention. Yeah, I thought you would.
My word is just release today.
Release. Lovely.
Yeah, release.
That's like Jesse's letting go.
Yeah. I got into Chris's program because I wanted to straighten things out with my family, and I knew that some of it was me, you know.
Mm.
So I got myself pretty well straight, but my family isn't always on board with where I'm at. But something really cool happened. I get to see my grandkids sometime this summer when I decide to go visit.
Mm.
And part of that was me sending birthday money every year and every Christmas, whether I got to see my grandkids or not. I didn't want them to know that I didn't exist, you know?
Mm.
So I'm very excited about doing that this summer. I also
Mhm.
sold my RV finally.
Yes. That's amazing.
There's more than one way to skin a cat. If at first you don't succeed, try something else.
Yep.
Two very big wins that have taken a lot of energy.
Yeah, a lot of time to
What comes to me with them for you, Mona, is that they go very far into the future.
What I hear in that is big returns in the future.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Just focus on that.
That's
I've been
amazing.
looking for a way to make some passive income,
Mhm.
and I ran into an AI writing program.
Mm.
They teach you everything from the start to the finish, how to advertise and all kinds of stuff. And
Wow.
it talks about putting your books on Audible. So it's a
Mhm.
multiple stream income situation.
That sounds amazing.
It is.
Okay.
I mean, the way it's advertised, it sounds almost too good to be true.
Well, sometimes it is, sometimes it's exactly as they say.
Yeah.
Right place, right time.
Mhm.
Well, when I got in Chris's program, I got into it because it was, well, if you get into the program, I'll help you find leads.
Mm.
Cool.
And then he took that part of the program away.
Mm.
Right.
And if
Guys,
these
I'm
people
gonna.
are, I'm sorry,
No, go. Not my fault.
if these people are willing to back up everything they say, then it's a good opportunity.
I'm excited for you, Mona.
I'm excited too.
Mm.
But I know in the past I've gotten all excited about something, and then when I ran into problems, I gave up on it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I'm not getting all excited about this. I'm looking at it a little differently. What I like about it is
Mm.
I'm not dependent on other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to hear more about it, but I'm going to jump off, guys, and head off to bed. Got a big day tomorrow, but thank you for being here, and I'm so grateful. Good night.
Thank you,
Good night,
Ellie.
Ellie.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good
Sweet
night.
dreams, Allie.
Thanks, guys.
Mm. So Mona, I'd like to share something with you in terms of my experience of what you were talking about getting all excited, and then when there's a disappointment, then you, I forget the phrase that you used, you
Give up.
you give up. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. So I think that was a pattern for me as well. And what happened for me in that, when I started to realize that, because I was wondering, where's my excitement gone, you know?
Yes.
And then I thought, well, so it's because the honeymoon phase of something is, it's changing, because it's going to be integrating a lot more. And so there was that realization, which helped me a lot. And then also what happened was, I thought to myself, well, why aren't you choosing what you want to be excited about rather than waiting for something from the outside? And that was a message to myself. Right?
Also feels like the less excited we get, the more present we are.
Probably yes.
Excitement is
And
about the future. So
sorry, Hans, say that again. Excitement is about?
it's about the future. So being present does make everything seem less exciting, but
Yeah.
it will happen anyway. We can't control the future. It happens by being in the present. In the present, you create the future. The past
Yes.
created you, created the present.
Yes, I would agree with that totally. I think where my experience was a little bit different is that for me, when I find real appreciation, that's exciting for me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you can find excitement in the present. And wow, this is a great
Yeah.
thing that's happening right now. It's just like, but it's not the same excitement like, wow, I'm gonna win the lottery tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a different
Yeah.
excitement.
Yeah.
So being present is a more soft excitement in one way.
Yeah.
Because there's no failure in the present in that way.
Yeah.
So I think you're doing it right, Mona. Just taking it as it comes.
Yes. I would agree that with her attitude, that definitely. So with me, with Magmind, when I came in, like within the first 3 weeks, I kind of thought, oh God, this is not going to work for me, really speaking, because I started to realize a whole lot of things. And then I had to fight my impulse to just leave. And boy, am I glad that I didn't just leave. Still have the same things that don't resonate for me at all. But I got so much more than what I thought I would, because of the people that I met.
Yeah,
Right?
I get that.
I haven't done MagMind, but it feels like it's still just his perspective, his way of saying it. You gotta turn it into your own stuff, make it your own
Yeah,
way.
it's not. Yeah, it's not that so much. Well, it wasn't that so much for me, Heinz. It was more about how he was. Okay, so let me say this to you. For me, his business model became the ruler of the material. And the material was good. But the business model overrode it. And so there were a lot of things then that were being taught in the material that weren't being practiced in the company at all.
Oh.
And that was just my experience of it.
Sort of like, do as I say, not as I do.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Subtle, very subtle, but had a big impact in a way that I don't think was good. And yet so many people really benefited from it. No, not that nobody would benefit from it, but what I'm saying is many people have been able to go off and make enough of a living for themselves with it. Most people didn't, but there are those that did.
It also feels like when they're teaching you to make money or something, then you gotta be the right place at the right time. Timing is everything. It's that in real life. So I just like I told my son, well, I'm out walking an hour each day, but the possibility for me to meet one certain person on my trip, so many things has to align for that to actually happen. If she walks out of her home 5 minutes later than me, well, she would be walking either behind me or wherever it is. And if one red light can change everything, or it can make everything happen. So timing is everything in life. I feel that way with money also. You have to be the right place at the right time.
I would agree with you.
I agree with that.
I heard somebody just manifested $10 million or what, and it was doing a manifestation course. Wow. Great advertisement. You can't buy that kind of advertise.
Quite right. Yeah.
You got a good sense of humor.
That's the most important thing in life. If you can't laugh about it, what's the point of it? Everything's about, when we get to the end, they won't be asking us what we did or what happened. They would ask us, how did you take it? And I want to say, with a laugh, being joyful most of the time, even though, ow, I hurt my finger. Well, it doesn't help going around saying, ow, ow, ow. Might as well laugh at myself for missing the nail. All about that perspective, how we look at it, can change everything.
Yes.
My son always tells me, oh, he gets in such a great mood after we talk together. And I say, it's because I look at the bright side of life. I might tell the same story, but being negative, and you would go away feeling down and miserable after talking to me. But what's the point of that? It's just like in Forrest Gump. It happens. It turns out to be shit happens. When Well, he actually said, just, it happens.
Yeah. Life happens all the
Yeah.
time.
Of
And
course
it
you're gonna
doesn't
say,
stop to wait on you either.
nope.
Yes, exactly, Mona. Yeah.
It'll keep on coming, and the people think, oh, because I'm down, it won't happen right now as much. Well, that's when life actually starts beating on you when you're feeling down, because then you see it.
Mm.
That's one thing I like about I haven't read the book, but I've seen it on YouTube. The Four Agreements. Don't ever take anything personal. It has happened to a lot other than you.
Mm. Mm. It's such a good one, that.
Yeah, I
Jesse
really
made
like that.
me very, very.
I just, hmm. And that's that release, like you're saying, Mona. Just release it.
Mm.
It's already happened. It won't change anything being mad about it. The best thing we can do with life is talk about it. That's the best way of just releasing it, because then we bring it out of our thoughts, out into the world, and then we can just release it.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I really learned here, that everybody needs somebody to talk to about everything without being blamed. Actually, feeling vulnerable is a strength, because then you're releasing whatever you're feeling vulnerable about.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Because you're
taking back,
allowing the vulnerability.
taking back your power is being vulnerable. You need to move
Mm-hmm.
through it to get to the other side. No way of tiptoeing around it. But that's what we've been taught. You gotta tiptoe, tiptoe. People don't want to hear about your life. They don't want to. Well, it's not about my life. It's about what actually has happened. It's about the truth. And the truth happens to everybody.
Yes. It's whether we want to see it or not, right?
Yeah. If it's positive or negative, that's us putting a charge to it. Instead of just talking about it and leaving it at neutral, just going with the flow and releasing it. Moving on.
Finding new joys.
Yep. The greatest word you said, new. Everything is new. Every morning I wake up, I say, it's a new day. Yay. What's in store for me today?
Thank you all. Great call this morning.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you, Allison.
Thank you,
Heinz,
everybody.
Ian, Mona.
Thank you, everybody. You all have a blessed day.
You too.
Yes.
You all too. Bye.
Have a
Bye.
nice
Bye.